Hello, and welcome to another battle report from Santa Barbara Wargaming. I'm Paul, and today I'm playing a 35 point game against Jim. He is bringing Legion, and I brought Trollbloods. For his Legion list, he brought eThagrosh, Typhon, Carnivian, 4 Shredders, and a Forsaken. You saw in the last slide there that he has also a Nephilim soldier over on the right there that is primed in white. I did not get a picture of my deployment zone, but I brought a pMadrak list. I brought Rock, a Earthborn, Janissa, a min unit of Krillstone, plus the UA, a Pirate Troll, and a max unit of Femblades. So I'll go over that when I get my first turn. So for Jim's first turn, he advanced up all of his models. He cast what did he cast on himself? It looks like an upkeep, but I don't think it came into play this early in the game. So I do not recall what he did. He ran up all of his warbeasts, and the Forsaken took 4 Fury off of Typhon, and that was sort of his first turn. He just advanced up pretty quick. You can see here my list that I spoke about in my deployment. It's pretty brick heavy, and this is my second game with pMadrak, and he does have a small Fury amount of 5. And so he is definitely strapped for Fury most of the game, and it's very constricting to play. But I enjoy the difficulty level, and it's definitely challenging. I do miss having a Rune Bearer. I would have to find 2 points in this list to bring it, enabling me to upkeep Surefoot, cast Carnage for 3, put 1 on the stone, and keep. Well, the Carnage would cost 2 with the Rune Bearer, and keep 1 Fury. So most of the game I tried my best to keep Fury on me, at least 1, but with that it's very difficult. So I kept a pretty standard approach to my brick. I have the Femblades advance and spread out quite a amount. I didn't want Typhon or the Carnivian spray to really capture a lot of them, so I wanted to keep that up. I had the Earthborn advance, and I think he put Elemental Communion onto Rock. Then he charged up. Rock ran. I had pMadrak. You can see here he's the little silver one on the sort of tan-looking rock. He is the model left of the Krillstone. I did not cast Surefoot as I usually do. It's not really necessary for this first turn. So instead, I put Elemental Communion onto. I put Elemental Communion for 2 onto Janissa, just for safekeeping. I put 2 onto the stone, and I kept 1 for myself, or for pMadrak. I popped the stone and left. Now it has 1 Fury on it, and the Pirate Troll advanced because I didn't have enough Fury to run it. You can see here the wall, or the brick wall that hides all the goodies. Janissa, I did not want her to die early, so she's defense 16 behind cover and armor 19 with Elemental Communion. Pretty beefy for a single or a solo. Earthborn and Rock are in base to base, kind of protecting line of sight to the caster. So that was pretty much my brick setup. So for turn 2, trying to get those warbeasts further up. He ran pretty much everything. He had the Carnivian Assault spray, and I think caught 1 Femblade. He then had another one go Rabid and charge one of the Femblades. You can see there number 3 charge the Femblade, and I think I rolled a tough roll. So after all that, I rolled a tough roll. For my turn 2, he kind of gave me the alpha, and I want to take advantage of it. I had the Femblades because I think he may have killed one with the assault spray, so they got vengeance, moved around a little bit. Due to the leader being off center, I didn't get really any attacks out of my left 3 Femblades over there. One of them was out of range, or I think 2 of them were out of range. I wanted to get the Femblades out of the way so I could have the Earthborn go after the Carnivian. I knew the Carnivian has POW 6 weapons, and with Stone Strength, I'm going up to Dice -1 because the Carnivian had Spiny Growth on it from the turn previous. Beyond that, I had the Earthborn go in, charge in, killed the Carnivian, and the Femblades win after the Shredders, not being able to kill any of them, especially because they only have 1 attack. They have 13 boxes, so you often can take out a spiral, but it's not too common rolling. I was dice and I needed 13s to one-shot him, and I never got that. Beyond that, I had Janissa advance up afterwards, after the Carnivian was gone, put a wall up. I wanted to try to prevent the retaliation from Typhon, but it's really difficult. I needed to... Typhon doesn't have Pathfinder, and so if I can place it in such a way that Typhon can't get around, but there was a Femblade blocking so that he couldn't charge, but also he possibly had enough speed anyways to get over to the Earthborn, so I was trying to protect that. Pyre Troll ran up. I don't think he made an attack. Rock kind of set up behind the Earthborn for a counterpunch when he committed a model to try to take out the Earthborn. Rock would be right there to counterpunch. I did realize Rock was a little too far away. You have to kind of position it because he only has an 8-inch threat range or an 8.5-inch threat range, and so if I'm 5 inches behind the Earthborn, I might be able to, or the back of the base of the Earthborn, I might be able to get in. So definitely could have played Rock a little up farther. Played a little aggressive with the stone. Since my limited fury, the stone's very small aura most of the game, or its base size, and so needed to get up there to assist the Earthborn. Okay, so a lot happened in Jim's turn 3. He ended up popping his feet, and he's kind of getting into the mix now, and you can see this is partway through his turn. He got the Shredders in there, plus the Nephilim Soldier to kill many of the Femblades over on the right there. Then he charged in the Shredder, getting an attack onto the Krillstone, taking out 2 of the self-sacking to 2 of the Stone Scribes. I wanted to make sure that the stone was within 4 inches of the Earthborn when Typhon attacked, because I knew that was definitely going to happen. On the left there, the Shredders retaliated against the Femblades, but I think he rolled really poorly on damage and actually wasn't able to damage them on a few attacks. Or maybe that's coming later into the turn. He advanced up... what did he do? Oh, he advanced up the Forsaken, bombed 2 of the Femblades, and put some decent damage on the Earthborn with 5 dice. He rolled pretty well on that. And after he did that, he popped his feet, jamming or actually before he popped his feet, he had Typhon come in and kill the Earthborn pretty easily. And then with his feet, he advanced over to the Pirate Troll and made an attack. Over on the right, he advanced the Nephilim Soldier over to Janissa, but was unable to actually kill her. I think she rolled a tough roll, and she just survived this game. She had 1 wound left, and she survived, I think, 2 attacks from the feet. One took her down to 3 health, and then another attack forced a tough roll, but she was tough, so she had 1 wound left. Shredder's over on the right there. There's one of them. It advanced over and tried to get an attack, or got an attack on pMadrak. And then number 4 down at the bottom was actually outside of the feet range. He had run him, but he didn't think about the control area when he placed the model. And so he wasn't able to get a feet attack on Shredder number 4. That might have been made a different outcome, but he wasn't able to do that on the feet. So models dwindling. We got 1 heavy beast, 1 light beast on either side. He's got 3 shredders, actually 4 shredders. There's 1 hiding behind rock. And so he has 4 shredders left, and 1 heavy warbeast and 1 light warbeast. And I'm sitting at Janissa, Pyrotroll, Rock, and my caster. So for my turn 3, this is the turn I popped my feet. I first started with the stone. The stone advanced over a ½ inch so that I could get line of sight to the soldier. I then had pMadrak kill the shredder pretty easily with my feet. I made an attack against the soldier, doing a decent amount of damage. I wanted to make sure I could camp 1. I had the Fen Blade. He used his Vengeance move to turn around, and he charged in at the shredder before pMadrak actually activated. I put 1 on the... No, I didn't put any on the stone. I had to... What did I do with my Fury? I think I paid up for Carnage because I needed to go against Typhon. That cost me 3. I did not upkeep Surefoot. I healed, I think, Rock. 1... Was it Rocks? I healed something. Maybe I boosted damage somewhere. Anyways, I was left with 1 Fury. I apologize for my ramblings. I then, now that Rock was freed up, I had Rock charge in at Typhon. Actually, he charged in at a Shredder, and then he killed the Shredder easily. He advanced with Overtake for 1 inch, made his feet attack against Typhon. He made a second initial attack against Typhon, and then I think I bought 4 more Fury. Ended up killing Typhon. And since I think Rock was damaged, I was able to snack Typhon, and I got a little back. Pyrotroll's Spirit was out by now, and so I advanced over behind that Shredder there that didn't get a feet turn, and I was able to kill it with 2 attacks into the back. Let's see, Janissa, she put some damage onto the soldier with her armor-piercing attack, and since she didn't kill anything, she didn't get a feet turn. And that was it. So pMadrak still has a scroll, and he has 1 transfer. So Jim's kind of left with, he has a soldier, and he has eThagrosh, and I think a Forsaken left, which can't do anything because it bombed last turn. So he had eThagrosh advance. He healed the soldier for 2. He cast Manifested Destiny for 3. He then proceeded to boost hit and damage spray against pMadrak. Janissa toughed it, and he actually rolled a 5-5-2 onto pMadrak, forcing a crit stationary. So pMadrak was stationary. He then had the soldier, who was already within 2 inches because I had attacked him the other turn. He attacked pMadrak. He he has 3 fury and 1 initial attack. So he made an initial attack against my armor 16. I took 7 points of damage. I then he made another attack. He rolled poorly on it, and then the third attack I transferred to the Pyro Troll, and the fourth attack I scrolled immediately. So leaving, I think it left pMadrak at 2. So I had 2 life left after 2 damage rolls, a transfer roll, and I scrolled the fourth attack on the soldier. This is all with Manifest Destiny up, and so he was rolling 3 dice to hit, and he was, I think, dice -1 on the attack roll. I think he was POW. Oh, I don't know what the soldier's POW is, but it's not. It's a decent POW. It might be 14 or 15. So he was only dice -1 or 2, but his dice were just not. He couldn't seal the deal on pMadrak. I knew I had the scroll left. I only had 1 transfer, so all he had to do was get. He had to get 2 good rolls in there. I think actually he made a damage roll, and then I transferred the second one, and the third one needed to hit because I didn't scroll it because I knew that I had to scroll the last one as far as save that scroll for as long as possible. So I wanted to transfer first, but he wasn't able to do that. You can obviously see Rock is very now in threat range of pThagrosh or eThagrosh. So I had Janissa. Between Janissa and pMadrak, I killed the soldier. I think it only took pMadrak. He didn't have very much left on the soldier. And then I had Rock advance with his 2 initial attacks and I think a charge attack, or actually just advanced up. 3 attacks later, I was able to kill eThagrosh. I was, I think, dice on damage, and it didn't take very many dice to kill him. So overall, that was a pretty gnarly game. A lot of tech on his side with eThagrosh, with the Shredders, and the Warbeasts. So playing them accordingly was definitely tricky. He had a low model count, but a lot of possibilities with the Warbeasts. Giving up the Carnivian really early was definitely an issue. I think playing a little bit more cautious with the Shredders in front of the Carnivian, although I can trample, it does prevent me, if he plays it right, he could babysit the heavy Warbeasts with some of the Shredders, preventing me from engaging the Warbeasts. And so I would have to contend with the Shredders first and then the heavy Warbeasts. So kind of using the Shredders as a first wave, although they can be pretty good later on because they have the Rabid and you can pop your feet. So I think the soldier was a little wonky in the list. He only had 4 Shredders available to him, and so I think that if he didn't bring the soldier, I think he would have preferred to bring 2 other Shredders. The soldier did well, but the Shredders with their attacks can be quite decisive. Let's see. Beyond that, it was a good game. It came down to the wire, but pMadrak was able to take it out. I don't think it was really his toughness so much as the lack of dice rolls that were dice damage that was available to my opponent. Overall, it was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I'm getting a lot of new experience playing the different Legion casters, and I hope to have different factions to play against in the future. Anyways, thanks for watching, and good night.